back to Eastern Medicine Journey Through Asia. I'm your host, Charlene Bollinger. In the last episode, Ty and our team shared some amazing information from Philippines. After their last interview in Manila with Dr. Navarro, they headed to the airport and caught a 3.5-hour flight across the South China Sea and landed in Singapore. It's hard to believe, but this was the only country where they were even stopped by customs. And a simple registration of Bryce's drone with Singapore police took care of that. It must have been Ty's USA flag shirt that he was wearing that caught their attention. To begin with, here are a few interesting facts about Singapore. Despite its nickname, the Lion City, there were never any lions in Singapore. Singapore is a city, a capital, and a state all at once, making it one of only 3 city-states in the world, along with Monaco and the Vatican City. Singapore is one of the world's leaders in the number of death sentences, mostly to drug dealers. Chewing gum is banned in Singapore, except for those with a medical prescription. The average life expectancy in Singapore is 83.1 years, ranking 3rd in the world behind Japan and Switzerland. And breast cancer is the most common cancer, accounting for 33% of cancers in women. The final interview that Ty did while in Singapore was with Dr. Michael Tan, who shared some amazing information about how to create a safe home, protected from EMF and radiation.
The first question I had for Dr. Tan was what he thought was the most important aspect to staying healthy.
Most important is we create a battery charger for human being.
A battery charger?
Chi, life force. Yeah. So that will be able to increase the ATP or the cell membrane potential.
When you say you've created a battery charger
Yes.
for the human, what does that entail? How do you charge our battery? How do you charge the ATP?
Okay, basically, as we know, the body, every night when we sleep, we are depending on Mother Earth electromagnetic field, which is also discovered in 1953 by W.O. Schumann, known as Schumann law 7.83. So 7.83 is a frequency that affects the pineal gland, but at the same time, because of the pulse electromagnetic field, it induces an electric field in the body. So aligning the potential, the positive and negative in the cell outer and inner wall. So once the membrane potential aligned, the charge are aligned, the electricity are released optimally. So then the sodium potassium pump can work effectively. Yes. So using the theory of Faraday law of first law of induction, the Western have created pulse electromagnetic field. The Eastern have created electric field. So what we did was, after years of research, we crossed pulse electromagnetic field and electric field into a single machine. So you technically have a sine wave pulsing into the body.
Wow.
Yes.
What's the machine called?
We call it a chi charger. So it's easy to understand, and that's the one behind you.
What you just shared about the machine, the merger of West with East with the PEMF and the electric field machines, fascinating.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that you mentioned off camera that I want you to share is that over the last 18 plus years, you've seen that, what was one of the problems that you saw?
Okay, basically in 18 years, I was trying to first start by nursing myself back to health. Because when I retired at 44, I attended a workshop and I got myself measured from a wellness perspective. And I realized that at 45, without any knowledge, I only have about 20% of life force left in my body. As an electrical engineer, I was literally alarmed, and asked myself why. I didn't even know. So like any mobile device, even at 10%, the phone is still working. But interesting is all mobile devices have a battery indicator, but not the human being. So until we reaches 5 to 10%, our body performs perfectly well, and then you have a trip may result in a medical issue like a stroke suddenly. Then I've been asking myself, the entire medical system, while it is the gold standard, is not developed for health management, it's developed for medical care. So the bed that we are sleeping is the only place that we do not move for next 6 to 8 hours, unlike office, unlike anywhere. Nowhere else can hurt us except the bed. So the bed is similar to today, what we call the battery, the phone charging plate. You know, today most of the new phone, you just put a plate, put a phone on it, and you charge. So imagine we are the mobile phone. Every night we go to the bed for 8 hours. The plate uses Mother Earth electromagnetic field charge our 70 trillion cells. But if this charge is irregular, then we don't get full charge. So you wake up every morning only having a 30% charge, then you have to go out to work. Then what worse is, many spaces have poor Wi-Fi, and you are dependent on Wi-Fi today. So you know when there's a poor Wi-Fi and you have a 30% battery charge, within the next 3 hours your phone is going to go dead. That's what happened to all of us, right? So today we developed this system known as the 5 fundamental environmental care. Number 1 is protecting the erratic magnetic field of Mother Earth that gives birth to the energy force of the cell. Then the basic is taken care. That's where you need your first breath of air, you need our sunlight, and then you need our water. Then with these 3 in place, then we need our food. Yes. Then the last one is to reduce dirty electric wireless technology from further disturbing the entire endocrinology system. Yes. So these 5 elements, for the first time, January 2nd this year, we finally launched ourselves a project in Malaysia, Cyberjaya, known as Dream Homes. So in Dream Home, the developer decided to engage us to build this whole system into 500 houses as part of the base for, we call it a healthy and harmonious home, beside a green home, beside a smart home. So for the first time, for the last 20 years, you have green home. Now we have smart home. But all this doesn't really change our health, yes, because chronic illnesses is still on the rise, right? So finally, we bring in the healthy home, the harmonious home. All the 4 elements of smart home, green home, healthy home, harmonious home become the living home, right? And on top of that, we bring in the entire health monitoring facilities right into each home, doing data collection. So like a ECG or a body composite bioimpedance, we plug a small system like this into every home, right? So every time you go back, you just plug in the 4-point ECG, and within 1.5 minutes, it will collect information on the bioenergetic field and then correlate to chemistry. So over a 1-year cycle, we would have enough information of 500 households, what is happening from a health perspective, not from a medical perspective. So that way, we can create a lot of baseline and evaluate baseline. And then we have created also a medical concept in the software that help us to crunch the data. So let's say example, type, you do your regular data collection, and after 6 months, suddenly we see your blood viscosity start spiking, and it doesn't come down over a 1-month cycle. The medical concept software will then ring your phone, ring your GP, and ring your wife that Thai need to do a checkup immediately. So that is very advanced warning system, not early detection. This is beyond early detection. Yeah. So this will be built into the 500 home.
Oh, that's amazing. I've never heard of a concept like this. So you're turning the what we call the smart home today, which actually isn't all that smart with all the EMF.
Yes.
Right. You're turning it that you're maybe integrating some of those concepts, but into a home that's healthy, that protects you from EMF, that allows you to charge your body.
Yes.
Right. Charge your cells. Charge your battery.
Yes.
And meanwhile, monitoring your health way before something happens.
Correct.
That's a unique concept.
Yes.
Is anyone else? Are you familiar with anyone else that's doing this?
No. For 10 years, I've been to China, I've been to India, I've been to Russia, I've been to Indonesia, been to Hong Kong. No developer till today is willing put effort, because to them is, I build a property, I sell a property, that's my job. I don't want to go further than that. I mean, especially Singapore developer. Yes. But this developer in Malaysia have been searching for someone who can put this program together also for about 10 years until he met me.
Okay.
Yes.
And so he's working with you. And this is in Malaysia. We're flying to Malaysia this afternoon.
Wow.
Well, I can't believe we are about to leave Singapore. These last couple of days have flown by. From the beginning interview with Dr. Sundardas, who literally scientifically grounded a lot of the esoteric type of concepts that we've learned about thus far, to the last interview with Dr. Michael Tan, who has put together mixed Eastern and Western medicine together with software and his background as an engineer to develop an amazing diagnostic machine that will allow you to recharge your body's battery that he mentioned. It's been amazing information, folks. I really learned a lot. To be honest with you, on the flight over here from Manila a few days ago, I didn't know how this was going to turn out. I didn't know if we were going to get a solid episode, but I'd have to say, this is rock solid. One of the things that really struck me the most was the tour of the herbal garden at NTSU, the way that they grow all of these hundreds of anti-cancer herbs and they give them to cancer patients for free. It's awesome. We got an awesome trip here. Thank you to Stephanie Loke for coordinating this visit from us, or coordinating this visit for us to Singapore. I'm tired, you can tell, but we're on our way to Malaysia now. So if you've learned something these last few days, if you've been inspired, or if you just feel like donating to a good cause and you love the way that makes you feel, then please consider joining the movement, supporting the mission, clicking the banner below to own the complete DV series of our documentary here in Asia. Again, your support is what allows us to travel the world interviewing doctors, scientists, and researchers and spreading this information absolutely free, just like we're doing right now. And as always, a portion of each and every sale gets donated to charities that are doing real cancer research. So again, please join the movement, support the mission, help us to save lives. I gotta run. Actually, I'm gonna walk over there, but we're gonna catch a plane to Malaysia, and we'll see you there next episode. God bless.